Hello everybody, it is now May 1st and we've got a pretty crazy week coming up ahead. We've got the FOMC meeting coming up in a couple of days. We've also had a massive unlock for XRP. Of course, 1 billion XRP releases every single month. And even though to most of us is not surprising, it always seems to catch people's eyes. And having said that, there was also a massive whale that was transacting so ridiculously much Ethereum that we've got to talk about it. And I think, for the most part, that these massive whale transfers are because of a massive money-making opportunity. Right now, if you are on Binance, there is a pretty good chance to get yourself a juicy sum of money. You might be asking yourself why that is the case. Well, we'll talk about it in this video. And we've got a couple of other cool things, so make sure, guys, that you press that like button. Little side note, I literally just slept till 4 p.m. I've never had that, I think, but jet lag is a real thing, I guess. I also should get myself some Dusty BC mugs. That would be pretty cool. I'm going to look into that. First of all, Ripple on the win as SEC suffers important setback in the XRP lawsuit. Well, what this one is all about is the fact that Ripple recently released a Q1 of 2023 report in which they basically stated that the SEC had failed to convince the court to provide it with internal documents from Ripple. The documents in question are reportedly related to Ripple's legal advice on whether XRP is a security or not, and Ripple claims that the documents would show that the company acted in good faith and did not intend to violate securities laws. Also, Ripple had predicted that the summary judgment in the case would be delivered in 2023. A summary judgment is the proper ruling that we're all waiting for, but it's not as if we didn't expect 2023 to be the year. So, not that much of a special announcement of sorts, but it's good to see Ripple verify all this info. Moving on, like I said, we've got two very interesting things. A massive XRP unlock, which I don't want to spend too much time on because we all get it. And we've got ourselves a massive Ethereum transfer, and I think I know why. With regards to XRP, let me just quickly say this. Ripple gets 1 billion XRP every single month that they get out of escrow that they locked up in 2017. Now, the thing is they put most of it back into escrow, meaning they will get this again in another 5 years from now. But it was mostly done because they had control over so much XRP and the people didn't really like that too much, so they decided to lock it up, and that's what they're getting every single month. It's not new XRP being created, it's just them now officially getting access to these coins, even though they've been around and they actually had access to them before, but it's because they locked them up. What is a more interesting one is this transfer right here. You can see it's 273,000 Ethereum, or $500 million. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a pretty big deal. So why exactly did this transfer occur? Why is this happening? Is this smart? Is this stupid? Is this good? Is this bad? But there are three main scenarios that could have happened here. Number one is it's a whale. He decided to sell, or he decided to buy something else with it. Either Pepe, either whatever the frick, he decided to take his Ethereum and he had to put it onto an exchange because he wanted to buy something else. Number two is it's another exchange of which we didn't know the name, right? It wasn't connected to this wallet, but it is another exchange who decided to put it onto Binance, or a wealthy individual who decided to put it onto Binance for either liquidity purposes, for either custody purposes. We don't exactly know, but it could be that. In the same sense, it could have been Binance themselves just transferring money around. But number three is most interesting, and that might have to do with something kind of special from Binance that's making a lot of whales deposit tons of money right now. So here's actually a little indication of what I just talked about, is the fact that Justin Sun also just transferred a nice juicy little $50 million to Binance. CZ warns whales over misuse of Sui launch pool, as that's basically the case, right? They've got a massive Sui launch pool over on Binance. A lot of people want to get Sui because they think the price will do amazing, and so anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just Binance launch pool allows traders to stake their crypto assets, which are TUSD in BNB, for just 2 days, and they'll actually get a share in Sui. And so long story short, it's just very profitable. It's very juicy. And if you got the money laying around, well, this is something you surely want to interact with. Justin Sun responded pretty quickly, actually saying it was a different team member and he apologized, etc. But that's right about the thing. Right now, a lot of meme coins are doing well. A lot of crazy launches are doing well, even though the majority of the crypto space is not in a really positive position of sorts. So it's kind of weird, the situation that we're in right now. But what I have to say about that is, screw the major market sentiment. Look for where there's money to be made, because seriously, guys, I woke up today after just buying consistently like shitty meme coins for very cheap, just little bags of it, and it's up $100,000 for, in my opinion, almost no risk. In my opinion, almost nothing worth of assets that I bought. It's just that so many coins have now gone 10x. Pepe is like 12x or so from just a week or two ago, and a lot of other coins are 10xing right now as we speak. I'm not sure how long this meme coin craze is going to be continuing on for, and I'm not telling you it's a good idea to buy in. All I'm saying is, like I've been saying for a couple of months right now, if you play your cards right in a bull market or a meme coin phase, it's easy to make $1 million or $5 million by just testing out the waters. And what I mean with testing out the waters is you just keep trying different altcoins. You just keep buying them consistently, keep going a little bit crazy. You gotta, trust me guys, you gotta have a little brain prop. You got, I mean, honestly, to be able to sit there and just put $1,000, for example, into something which is most likely going to zero, you need a little bit of brain problems. But if it does work, it works quite well, which is why we try it out. But it's not for the mentally sane. Trust me on that one. In that same field, a couple of interesting things are happening. These 7 crypto projects unlock tokens this week. Will the price falter? First of all is 1inch, and no, it probably won't do anything. As it said here, that's less than $10,000, so I ain't worried about all of that. We've got Akala, and this, in this case here, accounts for about 2.74% of the total supply, so this might definitely cause a little bit of a disrupt. Also, in 2 days, NIM will release around 7.4% of its entire supply, so obviously that could be pretty scary. Every few days, Trader Joe Dex issues tokens, but again, if it's every day, usually these unlocks are not too severe. On May 5th, tokens for Liquidity and Galaxy will become available, and meanwhile, on May 7th, Tornado Cash will grant access to 175 Torn tokens worth approximately $1 million. And honestly, all these numbers are just not that severe where I'm worried, except for potentially the Akala one. No, honestly, the numbers that scare me more are things like this. Charlie Munger raises concerns over troubled commercial properties loans at U.S. banks. Charlie Munger, the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, stated in a recent interview that American banks are burdened with poor quality commercial real estate loans. Okay, makes me kind of think of 2008 again, when I read that. His comments arrive amid the collapse of 3 major U.S. banks and the expected seizure of First Republic Bank by the federal government. Despite the potential challenges, Munger emphasized that the current situation is not as severe as the 2008 financial crisis, stating it's not nearly as bad as it was in 2008, but we've a lot of troubled office buildings, a lot of troubled shopping centers, a lot of troubled other properties. That's a lot of agony out there. Apparently, Warren Buffett has been investing in banks like a maniac over the last half a century. Big difference, all right? And right now, he's not investing. And to me, this speaks volumes. And yeah, if the GOAT of banks is not investing in banks right now, that's definitely not a good thing. And again, I've already told you guys before, but I'm saying it again. The rumbling basically is upon us with the FOMC meeting coming up in 2 days from now. All I want is you guys to be ready. All I want is you guys to be prepared for massive volatility. But I've told you already, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be live streaming it. So make sure you tune in for that. Usually we get a pretty good crowd of at least 1,000 people or so. So it's going to be awesome. Hopefully also we're going to be able to make some juicy trades, make some juicy profit. I think it's not going to be too difficult because usually it happens in the exact same manner. Right now, the expectation is that it's going to again be a 0.25 basis point increase, of which the probability is, I'd say 99%, but here it says about 89. Again, I personally think it should be way higher because I can't see a world where they do not increase the interest rate. But anyway, let me know down below what meme coins you're buying. Let me know down below what you think is going to happen at the FOMC meeting. Do you think some crazy price action will come to us, or do you think it's going to be quite still? Yeah, that's about it for this video. See you guys later.